Hello, Miss Sophie. I can't do this anymore. I can't stay with my husband. Everything has become too much.
Jessica, slow down. Take a breath. Come see me. Tell me exactly what happened. You don't have to figure everything out right now. Come to my office and we'll talk through it together. So, what exactly happened to Jessica? Why is she so overwhelmed? And what pushed her to the point of saying she can't stay with her husband anymore? To understand what really happened behind her words, you'll need to stay with me until the end of this story. Stop crying. Tell me what happened. If you don't tell me what's going on, how are we supposed to solve this? Last night, we were at a party. Ryan and a girl from his office were standing really close together. It felt like he was ignoring me.
I keep thinking about how different Ryan used to be with me. He used to notice the little things. He'd ask how my day was, he'd check on me when I wasn't feeling well, and he'd actually want to spend time with me. But things started changing after I gained some weight. I started feeling like he didn't look at me the same way anymore. He stopped paying attention to me the way he used to, and slowly, I began feeling invisible around him. Now, when he comes home from work, he's usually exhausted. He spends so much time on his phone, and sometimes he'll barely talk to me before going to sleep. And the strangest part is, we don't even argue anymore. He used to get upset. We'd disagree, we'd talk, sometimes we'd fight, but at least I knew he cared enough to react. Now, he just goes quiet. And somehow, that silence hurts more than the arguments ever did. I keep wondering if he's simply tired and stressed from work, or if something between us has changed for good. I've tried asking him what's wrong, but he usually says he's fine. And that's what scares me, because I don't know whether I'm losing my husband or whether I've been losing him for a long time without even realizing it.
Jessica, I want you to stop blaming your body for everything you're feeling, because there's something much deeper happening here. You saw your husband laughing with another woman, and your mind immediately turned that moment into a story about your worth. You didn't just see Ryan laughing, you heard a message in your head. He doesn't enjoy me anymore. I'm not attractive enough anymore. Maybe he'd rather be with her. And that's why this hurts so much. But Jessica, a moment of laughter is not proof of an emotional affair. And your husband's distance is not automatically proof that he doesn't love you. You need to separate what you actually know from what you're afraid might be true. You know, he was talking to a woman from his office. They were laughing. You've been feeling emotionally disconnected from him, but you don't know what was happening inside his mind. And that's where you need to stop guessing and start communicating. Don't go home tonight and say, "Who was that woman? Why were you laughing with her? Do you think she's prettier than me?" Because if you start the conversation from accusation, Ryan will probably become defensive. Instead, tell him what you actually experienced. Say, "Ryan, I want to talk to you about something, and I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. I've been feeling disconnected from you for a while. Last night, when I saw you laughing and talking with her, it brought those feelings to the surface. I realized how much I'd been missing the closeness we used to have. That's a completely different conversation. You're not attacking him. You're inviting him into your emotional world. And there's another important thing you need to understand. Do not make losing weight
the price of being loved. If you want to become healthier, stronger, or more confident, do it for yourself. But don't tell yourself, when I become thin again, my husband will love me again. Because your marriage cannot survive on your appearance.
You can lose weight and still feel insecure.
You can become more attractive and still feel emotionally abandoned. The real issue is connection. You need to rebuild the friendship inside your marriage. Start small. Ask him about his day, but don't turn every conversation into a relationship interrogation.
Tell him about your own day.
Laugh together. Eat together without your phones. Take a walk. Watch something you both enjoy.
And most importantly, create moments where the two of you can actually talk without distractions.
But Jessica, stop monitoring every interaction Ryan has with other women. If you constantly watch who he looks at, who he texts, or who he laughs with, your anxiety becomes the third person in your marriage.
You don't need to compete with every woman he meets. You need to know whether your husband is choosing to protect and invest in your relationship. If something genuinely concerns you, ask calmly. You can say, I noticed you seem very comfortable with her. Is there anything about that relationship I should understand? Then listen. Don't interrupt. Don't immediately argue. Pay attention to what he says, but also to what he does afterward. Does he reassure you? Does he make an effort to reconnect? Does he care about how you're feeling? Those things tell you more than one moment at a party. And Jessica, remember this. You are allowed to feel jealous. Confidence doesn't mean never feeling insecure. It means not letting insecurity control your behavior. You can say, that moment hurt me, without saying, you don't love Lee anymore. You can say, I miss you, without making him the enemy. But there's another side to this. If you communicate honestly, and Ryan repeatedly dismisses your feelings, refuses to communicate, hides things, or crosses clear boundaries, then the question changes. It's no longer, how do I become prettier so he won't look at other women? It's, is my husband willing to help rebuild this marriage with me? Because a healthy marriage requires two people. You can communicate. You can change unhealthy patterns. You can become more confident. But you cannot rebuild a marriage completely by yourself. So tonight, don't start a fight. Don't compare yourself to that woman. And don't punish yourself for gaining weight. Instead, tell Ryan the truth. I miss you. I've been feeling disconnected from you. And last night brought those feelings to the surface. Then ask him one simple question. Do you feel the distance between us too? His answer may tell you more than anything else.
If this story feels familiar, don't ignore what you're feeling, but don't let fear write the ending either. Subscribe for more real relationship psychology and practical advice for rebuilding emotional connection before resentment takes over.